Man, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of EOS. It's 10 out of Jake, man. I'm rocking with y'all, let y'all rocking with me. This video is going to be about the Hillsborough County Jail. In Tampa, we got two main jails. We got the Orion Road and we got the Falkenburg. Orion Road is pretty much just booking, and then you got some dorms in there where they'll put the kitchen orderlies. You know what I mean? And that's the only spot that we actually have cells. Once you get transferred over to Falkenburg, which is like the real main jail, there's no cells. Every single dorm is gonna have bunk beds, small bunks. They got boats, which are the plastic beds that they put on the floor. Every single dorm holds 72 people. You're never going outside. You got like a little outside area where it's walls of concrete, glass. You look up, you got a cage over you. I'm going to break down county. I'm going to show y'all what it's like. I found footage from inside of Orion Road in Falkenburg that I'm going to include in this video to really give y'all a visualization of how it is to go through Hillsborough County Jail. Now, Orion Road is really going to be a blur. When I got locked up, I wasn't sober. Most people aren't when they get locked up, especially when you're going through booking. So you're dealing with a lot of craziness. You're seeing a lot of crazy looking people. A lot of people are high, drunk, agitated, aggressive, violent, yelling, screaming. Everything's going on. There's a million things going on at one time. If it's your first time in there, you're really not sure what to do. You're quiet, you're composed, you're trying to stick to yourself and not attract attention. Because the only people that are getting attention from the sheriff officers are ones that are causing a problem. And inside of here, they're just going to put you behind a door. But this is pretty much where you're going to get booked in. You're going to fill out your paperwork. They're going to do your fingerprints. You're going to get searched. You're going to go to medical. You're going to check in with them, let them know if you have any problems. You're going to make your way over to property. You're going to give them everything that you have on you, jewelry, possessions, everything. And they basically like vacuum seal it. And, you know, you got to sign off and make sure everything is accounted for. If you have any money on you, any currency, it automatically gets put inside of like this little jail ATM. And it's going to go right onto your books. So you're going to have that money available as soon as you hit the dorm. But the thing is, they charge you for being inside of jail. I forget how much it was. So they're actually going to take some money out, you know, until that's paid off. So if you only come in with $70 and they charge you $100, you still are in debt to them. So it won't be paid off until somebody sends you some money, and then you can get yourself some canteen. But as you're going through all that, you do get the option to make a phone call. Everybody's walking up to the phones. The phones are disgusting. You see a lot of people will take their sock off in prison and put it on a phone. Everybody's coming in here touching this phone. You don't know what people have on their face or what they've been touching. It's nasty. You don't necessarily want to touch the phone, but you need to make that call and let somebody know that you're in there. You're going to get your uniforms in here. You're going to get stripped. You're going to get, you know, lift your dick, nuts, squat, everything. You're going to show them everything naked. They give you the clothes. You switch them out. You're going to get your orange slides. You're going to sit on top of a metal detecting chair that pretty much scans your body and gives you all kind of radiation, but they don't give a fuck because it's jail. It is what it is, right? Now, once you've gone through all of this, then you're going to get put inside of a dorm and you're going to get transferred over to Falkenburg. Now, Orion Road, I mean, it does have permanent dorms for the orderlies inside of the kitchen. It's generally not bad. You don't hear about anything too crazy happening at Orion Road except for just when something pops off in booking. But there was a CO that got beat up at Orion for putting his hands on an inmate. Now, Falkenburg is a whole nother story. It's a lot bigger. It's a massive compound. It's spread out. Everything's one story, so there's just building after building after building. If you look at it from the sky, it looks like the projects. Falkenburg, you got to get transported around in golf carts unless they're moving like 30, 40 people at a time. Like when they send you to prison, they're going to have a whole bus full of people. So they'll make y'all walk shackled up. And I mean, it'll be cold as hell, like 2, 3 in the morning as you're getting shackled up and put on the prison bus. But for the most part, if they're moving a couple of people, they do it through these golf carts to get you from A to B. The dorms inside of Falkenburg are 72-man dorms, open bay. Everything is open bay and it's direct vision. So you do have a CO in there with you at all times. But that will not save you because you have people that are popping off on COs.
The attack was a complete surprise as detention deputy Daniel Hernandez was in a jail pod with 72 inmates. One of them, identified by the sheriff's office as Keandre Zachary, suddenly tries to choke the deputy with a towel.
At the moment, I felt a towel go around my neck from behind. Also, a right leg tried to kick me out from behind.
Hernandez told me nothing unusual had been going on. No arguments, no problems with the inmate that attacked him. To this day, he told me he still doesn't know what prompted the attack.
Like if somebody's feeling some type of way, somebody got some heavy charges, they're going to make something happen. They're going to make something shake. They're not going to give a fuck. A lot of the fighting, though, will take place on the rec yard, which is attached to the dorm. So there's 2 glass walls and then there's 2 concrete walls. And about 7 in the morning, the CO will open the door. You can go out to this little recreation place. It's nothing but concrete, like I said. And then when you look up, it's a metal cage. And you can see the cages from a bird's eye view. But there's a basketball hoop in there. There's a corner. There's no camera. If anyone's going to fight, they're going to get in the corner. I mean, I've heard about it. I've never seen it. But the only place you can really commit suicide inside of Falkenburg is on this little rec area because of the fact that it has the basketball hoop. And what they'll do is they'll climb up it and they'll hang themselves off of it because it's metal. You know?
He's been charged in the murder of a Valrico man. Today, the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says deputies had to save James Hansen when he tried to take his own life inside the jail. Hansen apparently snuck a bed sheet into a recreation area, tied it around his neck, and hanged himself on a basketball hoop. A deputy saw him and performed CPR on Hansen, saving his life. He was taken to Tampa General Hospital, and we've just learned that he is in critical condition.
While I was actually in county, there was dudes that tried to escape while climbing up the basketball hoop. They put their sheets through the cage and were jumping and pulling the sheets down. They ended up climbing out, but they didn't even get off of the roof before they were caught. I think they all got like 5 years for the escape, and none of them even had a lot of time. Like, I don't think any of them were facing more than 5 years for what they did, and then they caught an additional 5 for trying to escape from the facility. But while you're in here, there'll be massive searches, everything. You know, they'll tear it down. They'll bring dogs in, have dogs running all over your bunk. They're going to have dogs going through your food. It's nasty because they don't show any respect. The dog doesn't need to be on top of my bed to smell the bed for drugs, but they do it anyways. I mean, they'll get on top of the fucking bunk and act like they're looking in the light or some crazy shit. They'll make everybody get on the yard, sit down. Everybody got to strip. It's wild. Sometimes it can be overwhelming, but for the majority of the time, county was vibed out. County was chill. There was times when there was K2. There was times when there was tobacco. There's a lot of heavy gambling going on. There's not really that many fights. Our county jail wasn't that bad. I mean, I got video of some things going down. There was a cutting that took place where the inmate, you know, he had a razor tied to a toothbrush. And when the CO took him to the showers in confinement, he went and he cut him on his neck. That CO had to go to the hospital for that. Not even a CO, I think they're called sheriffs in the county. But the sheriff had to go to the hospital for that. It missed his artery, and the inmate actually was charged with attempted murder. In here, you do have a lot of sheriff officers that have attitude problems.
Surveillance video, you see 49-year-old Wanda Sullivan sitting in a chair in the Orient Road Jail DUI breath testing room. Sullivan appears to pass out. Now watch as a deputy jerks her out of a chair and drags her into a room. That happened last May. Sullivan's attorney, Kevin Hazlett, notified the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office recently that he plans to sue over his client's treatment.
They carry tasers as well as gas. The Florida Department of Corrections, they don't have tasers. They have tasers in here. And they're going to tase you before they gas you because they know that it hurts. And when they shoot you with it, it's not like the ones they put on you. They shoot you. So they go inside of your skin. They tase the shit out of you. Then a nurse has to come in and pull the hook out of your back or your front, wherever you got shot with it. But I mean, they're busting these tasers off. And if you fuck up inside of the dorm, they have a cell inside of every single dorm, and they'll sit you in there for like 8 hours, and you'll just go crazy in there. Nothing's going on. There's nothing in there but a sink and a toilet. You got to kick your slides off before you go in there. You walk in with some new slides, you get put inside of there, somebody's going to come through, pretend to use the water fountain of the bathroom, and they're going to take your new slides and leave their shitty slides. So you got to be on the window watching to make sure nobody fuck with your shit. And if they do, you got to come out and check that. But at the same time, if the CO peeps game, you might get sent to confinement for causing a problem, even though the CO knows they took your shit. You see what I'm saying? Confinement inside the county, though, was the worst fucking confinement ever. The air conditioning is so loud, you can't hear anything. So you can't communicate with any other cell. There's no fishing, which is basically passing things from one cell to another. You're only allowed 2 books, so you better pick the 2 thickest books. It doesn't matter if it's a Bible and a dictionary. You want something to read. You get a 100, 200-page book, you'll be done with that shit before chow. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need something crazy. I used to get the Game of Thrones books because all of them super thick. You know what I mean? It takes some time to read it, like at least 2 days minimum. But aside from the fact that you have no communication with anybody, it's isolated as hell and there's no bunkie in there with you. So you're just stuck inside of here. You look out of the window, you can't really see anything. They let one person out at a time. You can cut your own hair. You can check the kiosk. You're not allowed to have canteen. But if a package comes, you can have all of your canteen inside of the cell with you. I thought that was crazy because everywhere I went in the Florida Department of Corrections, you couldn't have anything in confinement. No canteen, nothing, so you're starving out. Versus here, I got a package. I had like $100 worth of canteen in the room with me. I was chilling. But the county jail, when you're eating, you're going to drop mad weight just in a regular dorm. If you're not getting a lot of canteen, they really do not feed you nothing. You're definitely going to lose a lot of weight. You're going to see a lot of shit. It's an eye-opening experience. It's a very fast experience when it starts. But by the time you've made it to Falkenburg, time starts to slow down. Months are going by and it's taking its sweet ass time. Every day feels like it's 40-something hours just because it's the same boring ass routine. You wake up, you hear the showers, you get up. They got American Dad on this TV. They got Spanish shit on this TV. You know, movie night, all the good movies are on the Spanish channel, so everybody's watching that shit. And we got one Spanish dude that's finna translate the whole fucking thing. But county overall was very vibed out. It wasn't insane, even though I got some video that might paint a certain image. It wasn't that crazy, to be honest. But some crazy things did happen while I was in county. And I'm going to be sharing these stories very soon, so y'all stay tuned. But hey, it's 1090 Jake. I'm rocking with y'all like y'all rocking with me. Till next time.